What is going on, everybody? Dylan here with PeakBot, episode 124 of the Automation Station here with the PeakBot team. Ben, Thomas, fellas, how we doing?
Doing good.
Yeah,
Oh,
you doing
Hank,
another
you
day,
owe me
another
a photo?
Wow, you guys just talk over each other for like 5 whole seconds.
You're right. Well,
normally
we just jinxed each other, so I also had to call it out because now he's going to owe me a soda. So
Wait, what did we say?
we both said doing good at the same time.
Which I think grammatically is also like not great, right?
No.
We're doing well.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Excited to be back. We got a good episode here today. We will be, of course, talking about the market, talking about our automated trades that we've been managing with PeakBot. Of course, our PeakBot picks competition. I didn't talk about this with the guys, but we got some great announcements for some new bots, things in the pipeline. I want to talk about King Condor, which is a PeakBot Pro only bot, and its recent success and how it's protecting itself against this volatility in the market and these swings. So a lot to talk about today. So let's get into it. For those of you who have noticed, Thomas finally put up his Carmelo Anthony jersey behind him in his underwater seascape. It's all floating. So that's good. But guys, we have trader trivia. We have some hands-free trades as well. Normally I forget that. Are we doing trader trivia today, Ben?
Yeah, we've got trader trivia.
We're doing trader trivia. I think collectively the team is going to meet offline to talk about some new promotions and giveaways for that. Hence, or given our new promotions and deals that we have going on with Tradier specifically. Okay, so, look at that. I love that it covers Thomas's face too. This is great. Let's just mention it while we're here. People are flooding in. Right now, there's never been an easier way to get into reliable automated trading as a retail trader than right now. 6 months free of PeakBot Pro. That's access to our full suite of automated option strategies, okay? Selling options, collecting premium for free with Tradier if you open up a new account with $5,000 in it, okay? Not asking much. You need that much to be doing anything of note anyway. And you get commission-free options trading. Tradier Pro, which is normally $10 a month, you're now getting mixed in with this deal. So you're not only getting free automated trading, you're saving hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in commissions. That's not an exaggeration, depending upon the account size and how many trades you're making. So get in, peakbot.com/Tradier. Thomas, can you just kind of duck under it completely? Thomas, thank you. peakbot.com/Tradier or click the QR code right there. Get free automated trading for 6 months. Thomas, come on back now.
All right, we're back.
Man. All right. We'll get rid of that banner eventually. We're not missing anything though for the bottom half of your face. Who's got Iron Condors live? Are we expecting any noon entries?
I'm in King Condors. I think we should go over the King Condor position today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Bring up your position because I'm actually curious. I'm not in a King Condor, unfortunately, but I'm curious to know what the call side price is at the moment.
All right, so I'm sharing.
Right now, we're winning on the call side, actually.
So here's our SPX.
On the call and the put side, but SPX is approaching strike price.
Yep. So we have a sold put at 545. Ben, you want to pull up a chart on the back end? We'll look at it.
Yeah.
Just mark the sold put at 55.45 and the sold call at 5,700, in which, yes, we are soon approaching here.
We're getting close, but I'm not too worried about. And in my SPY analysis, I'll go over that.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to pull up Ben's chart here in just a second. But for context, Thomas, give him the down low on King Condor, what it's doing, and we can pull it up.
King Condor is looking to put you in an Iron Condor pretty much at the end of the day, today expiring the next day, usually around 2:30, 3 o'clock. And what it's doing is it's looking at the VIX. The VIX is overnight movements and determining if it should place a trade or not.
Yep. All the information for that bot and all of our bots, we just did a nice refresh. Shout out to Ben and company. Loving our new data, back-tested data for King Condor here. Obviously, hard to argue with this. Now, look, it's back-tested data. We don't fall in love with back-tested data. Hard not to like it though. Starting capital at 10K, which is what's recommended, not financial advice to get the capital to get the bot going. You can do it with less, but you can see 251% ROI. This is from May 16th, 2022 to basically now, last month. 56% win rate, guys. This is a lower win rate than we're used to. Okay, with our other strategies.
Yeah, I think one thing we should explain over is the expected value behind it and why essentially like a 50-50 win rate works. The average win is 305. Your average loss is 213. So just for the sake of round numbers, call it 300, 200. If every time you flip a coin, you get heads, you're making 300. Next time you hit tails, you lose 200. Each time you're netting 100. Right? So that's really the whole goal there. And your expected value is going to stay positive. So over time, you're going to see profitable strategy. And that works with any trading strategy with a positive expected value. Even if you're making, say, $10,000 a winning trade, but you're winning 1 out of 10 times, and each time you lose $50, you're still netting positive, right? It's the same idea there.
Yep. And as you can see here, we have all the monthly P&Ls, okay? Transparently, it's been a little more red as of late, but still very profitable when you look at February's month here for 2025. But as you can see, a lot of green months here going all the way back into May of 2022, okay? So a lot of really good information available here on King Condor. Check it out at peakbot.com/strategies. And this is free to you, okay? This bot is free for 6 months. If you go and create a Tradier account with 5K right now at peakbot.com/Tradier or the QR code available on screen.
That was good timing.
Yeah, I know, it's good. Ben, you got a chart for us?
I do have a chart for us. I've got SPX up right now. The yellow lines on the chart are the King Condor strike prices. So actually, if one of you wouldn't mind setting up your call strikes up to just close those out, let me know what the price is. I'm curious what the price is there. And then we can kind of determine like how at risk are we at the moment of stopping our loss.
So Ben, you want me to click to close the call side? Yeah, send a ticket.
Yep.
Let's see what we're doing here.
So it looks like it's $3.50-ish cents, $3.40, $3.50.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, I would assume that earlier the call side price probably got down to like $1.20, maybe less. So there's going to be a stop out likely if we get another push higher. And it looks like SPX is currently pushing higher at the moment. So let's.
Sorry.
Yeah. So SPX is pushing higher at the moment. We're getting close to that strike price. We might see the bot stop out. Now, the cool thing about the King Condor is there is a double trigger for the stop. So you're not going to get whipped out on any of these trades. It needs to see the stop loss criteria hit for 2 minutes in a row. So there are pros and cons to that, but from back testing, it seemed that the double confirmation was the better result ultimately. But of course, we want to stay in it to win it as much as we can. And right now, we're flirting with that strike price. We're just hoping to see a little pullback on SPX and kind of just float there for the rest of the day.
Yeah, and to note, King Condor, again, as Thomas mentioned earlier, will not trade. Okay, if VIX is either moving too much or too high, it's going to sit out. Okay, which is great. It took 3 wins last week. I think it went 3 for 3 last week. We saw a loss earlier this week. This one's looking good. We're starting to get a little close to the money here, but still profitable at the moment.
Exactly. You'd still be profitable because if you win 2 out of 4, then each time you're netting, you're profitable.
Yeah. Yep. Dylan, do you still have the strategies page up? Because we could take a look at that average win size versus the average loss size.
Yes. Yeah, so average win 305, average loss 213. You guys can see some of the outliers here. Largest win, largest loss. We don't want to keep that from you. It is possible to come in and lose $700 on a trade in one day, okay, if it goes horribly awry. But you can also see the S&P return here versus the bot's return over time, okay? We can see we were relatively flat here for quite a while. Of course, some natural growth from S&P here, but a 252% return versus a 37% return. You tell me what you're looking for. But yeah, SPX only strategy, 1 DTE condors, grabbing the 20 delta, $10 spread, ideal for neutral and low volatility. Guys, we got to be talking about this more on our live shows. I think this is what people want. They want trade ideas. They want setups. They want to know about these bots. And if you're actually watching right now and you have an opinion on that, then tell us. But by the way, again, peakbot.com/strategies, new layout, a ton of really good information on all of our strategies, whether they're launched in testing or turned off due to volatility. All the information is here. Okay. Ben, you still doing XSP condors day to day?
Yeah, I got them. They're in.
How's your premium?
I got 44 cents today.
Okay.
Not bad.
It's almost a disappointment in the premium compared to what we're used to, but that means that the risk is coming down with it, which is good.
And then
okay,
my condor from yesterday going into today, it looks like XSP on the call side. I sold the 568 strike. XSP is currently at 567.70. So for this condor as well, I want to see price start to come down.
Yep. Okay, cool.
All
That's
righty.
King Condor. Yeah, access to King Condor, PeakBot Pro subscription. Get it right now for 6 months free at peakbot.com/Tradier. Otherwise, it's $99 a month, which is fantastic either way, but you can get it free. Okay. Trader trivia?
Go for it.
A little trader trivia.
Question mark?
Just a little trader trivia. Let's get that up on screen.
Good did you know? I always love a good did you know.
Let's see if we knew it today. All right, trader trivia, hit us, man. Unless you need.
All right. Trader trivia. Dylan, you want to explain how this works, everybody?
Oh, sure. Well, we're going to ask you a question. You're hopefully going to get it right. If you do, okay. Well, first of all, you're going to text our number on screen here, 973-888-1166. All right. Now, if you get this right, we've already told you about the fantastic deal at Tradier. For any reason that you're not qualified for Tradier or don't want to open up a Tradier account, I think you're crazy, you're going to earn 3 months of PeakBot free regardless for getting this right. So you're going to text us. If you get it right, we're going to send you a text back with your promo code to get 3 months of PeakBot completely free. Again, if you're not new to Tradier, you'll want to take advantage of this. Okay, Ben, you want to read it?
The question today is which famous stock market event is often cited as the start of the Great Depression? Is it A, the dot-com bubble? Is it B, Black Monday? Is it C, the flash crash? Or D, the stock market crash of 1929? Isn't it crazy to think that 1929 was about 100 years ago at this point?
Yeah. There's still people alive from then. I just saw it actually the other day. New oldest person ever. Any guesses on A, male or female, B, their age, and C, their country? Really quick.
I'm going to go female.
Okay.
I don't think it's a male. I want to say they're like some sort of like European, like somewhere in Europe.
You're 2 for 2 right now. It's a British woman. What's her age for the Triple Crown?
Saying I want.
If you guess the age right, Thomas, PeakBot's buying you lunch today.
123.
115.
That
was a stretch. 123. I don't think anybody that's never happened.
I just feel like somebody's already 115 years old. I feel like at this point, I feel like 120.
I think there are multiple 115-year-olds, but this lady's got it.
Wow.
I think she'll live to 123, and that's the day you have to buy me lunch.
And then we're gonna have a new business called 123andMe.
Who needs a did you know after that? Did you know?
Sorry, yeah, please. This one's probably more relevant.
Did you know that the New York Stock Exchange used to have curbside trading And then it eventually moved indoors, but you could literally trade stocks on the street outside of 10 Broad Street, which you can go and visit in New York City right now. So they would yell back and forth to each other on the streets using crazy hand signals to communicate over all of the horses, over all the carriages that were on the street at that time. But eventually it became organized and was named the American Stock Exchange.
Wow. That gives a whole new meaning to today. Curbside, all that means to us is delivery, laziness, bring it to me. I'm not even getting out of my car. These people were hustling back in the late 1800s.
Chick-fil-A curbside is a move. Chick-fil-A curbside, you go there, order it right away, and I think they have like a curbside like line or something because you don't have to wait in the drive-thru. You don't have to go inside and wait. They bring it to you faster. It's kind of a cheat code.
It's a move. You know the one in Morris Plains?
Yes. Yeah. Morris Plains.
Let's get the people the answer to this question, huh? Get them earning 3 months free.
The answer is D, the stock market crash of 1929. You can see the dot-com bubble was in 2000, 2001. Black Monday was in 1987, the flash crash 2010, and then the stock market crash of 1929 was the start of the Great Depression, specifically October 24th.
I'm going to pull up the price of what price can we look at from that date to make this fun at all? Is
Like,
there
what was the
anything?
value?
Well, I mean, like this might. I don't want to sound stupid. The S&P, we can't go and look at that. Is there anything we can look at from that time to today to make this fun at all?
So the S&P was created in 1934.
Yeah.
Oh, we just missed it. Okay, this was on the come up. S&P was on the come up.
I think it was just the Dow.
Okay, just the Dow maybe. October 24th, 1929.
Yeah. Okay. So the Dow was around.
S&P was 1957. I just looked it
Oh,
up.
okay. So we're far off on that. Okay, I'm seeing Dow Jones dropped from 305 to 230 on that
In one day.
in one day.
That's a pretty big drop.
I'm sorry, from the 24th to the 29th of October. So that week,
I should have been buying then.
from Black Thursday to Black Tuesday, October 24th to 29th, Dow Jones average drop from 305.85 to 230, representing a decrease in stock price by 25%. So that was the start of the market crash of 1929. Do we know what sparked it?
Just
What
crap.
stock?
I don't think it was anything.
Oh, come on. It's got to be something.
I think it was just.
What caused the stock market crash of 1929?
World War One.
You
Makes sense.
can't expect us to know that. We weren't alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh
fine.
yeah.
All right. Mark
I feel like they
Mark,
actually figured it out.
Mark Phillips from Harvested would be upset with us right now. He's glad that he's not on this call talking historical data. All right. Well, if you answered that correctly, you got 3 months of free PeakBot. If you're new to Tradier and you want to create an account with $5,000, you're getting 6 months free anyway. I know we're annoying, but you gotta know about it. Let's keep it moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I think PeakBot picks takes us a little time, but let's get into it. Unless there's other things we want to discuss.
Do we want to do
Talk about our bots.
a spy analysis?
Oh yeah, sorry. You want to give your spy analysis?
I think we have to because I feel like the market's a little crazy. And I mean,
let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go over our old pick. Go ahead. Sorry.
But
Sorry. I was gonna say let's go over our picks from last week, do a spy analysis, and then talk about our picks for this week.
do it.
Who's going? Me.
all right, go Dylan.
All right. PeakBot picks tracker coming up, and then we're gonna look at the charts. Okay. So last week, I have all three of my trades. Well, they were open. In fact, we're going to find out if they closed because TrendSpread had them set to smart exit. I would imagine that some of them have, if not all of them already. So last week, we're looking at week 11 here from 425 to 52. I did not have profit. I did not have a take profit automatically take place for any of these. Okay. But last week I was bullish on GameStop, bearish on Southwest, ouch, and bearish on NEE. All together, I collected $30-$40 in premium here for shelling out about $550 in cash. Let's take a look and see how these did. So for GameStop, I was trying to stay above 25.5. Let me just see if any of these orders went in here. So not just yet. Okay, no worries. So as we can see, this is my profitable position. We're going to end up making 10 or 11 bucks on GameStop. We want it to stay over 25.5. It's almost $2 north of it. We're trading at 27.35 right now. So that's looking like a W. We had LUV, which I'll pull up here. This I was bearish on, trying to stay under 27.5. It was a $1 spread for $11 in premium. I could not have been more wrong on this. I mean, holy cow. I entered here. Stock was trading around 26.50, call it, trying to stay under 27.50. So I had $1 of wiggle room. It's done nothing but go up. As we can see, even today, it's trading now almost around $30 a share. So I'm going to end up taking my max loss on this position. Here it is here. I collected about 11 bucks in premium initially, and I'm going to lose almost 100 bucks on that. So not so hot for my Southwest trade, but that's going to put me net red on the week for my PeakBot picks, unfortunately. But I am going to look to go 2 for 3. Let's look at NEE, which, as you guys can see, I doubled down on again this week. This one was a no-brainer last week, trying to stay below 60 for $19 in premium on a $3 spread. Okay. And you can see for this week, again, collected almost the same amount for $1 less in risk. So wanted to stay above 68 on NEE. I'm sorry, below 68. We're flirting with it. Okay. 68's right here. But as we can see, it's been pretty choppy, pretty neutral over the last 5-10 days, trading days. So that's looking like a W for me as well. So 2 for 3, net losing about 70 bucks on the week, probably due to my love position. But King Condor, I'm back on Walmart, by the way. These huge losses from up here got assigned back in February at $98 a share. It went all the way down to 83 at a low. It's back up above 98, at least as of an hour ago. So very pumped about that. Might be turning the wheel back on. Who is up?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. So my positions were a bit interesting this week. So I'll zoom in here. I actually wound up only getting into 2 positions, NVIDIA and Shopify. The third position that I had, the order didn't fill. And by the time Monday and Tuesday came around, I just didn't want to get into another position. And I'll explain why in a little bit. But I not only took just 2 positions, I also got out of my positions early on Monday. And that's, again, I'll explain in more detail, but I just took very small profits there, just $7 and $1. But I wanted to take my risk off the table just because I'm not a huge fan of the market as a whole right now and the direction that we're trending, because in my opinion, and we'll see it in a minute, in the short term, we're trending bullish, but in the longer term, we're still bearish. So there's like some conflicting data that I'm seeing there, and it's making it hard for me to feel comfortable about my picks. So I'm throwing orders out there. I'm going to see if they get filled at prices that I like, and then I'm going to take these orders off the table, or these positions off the table, with some quick wins where I can. So NVIDIA, Shopify, both won. I did wind up collecting $35 in premium. I wound up only taking home $8 out of that premium, again, because I closed my positions early. Both were wins, though. I'll take both being wins. I guess we could see how NVIDIA and Shopify would have done. Both were call credit spreads. NVIDIA, I sold the 116 call So 116 is right there. So still below it. So would have probably won that position. But again, I'm a little more risk averse in this particular market. Then Shopify sold a 104 strike. So Shopify. And we are actually well below 104. I just realized I'm looking at the 15 minutes. We are well below the 104. So I would have won there. But again, just didn't feel great. I didn't feel great about the positions. And, I don't want to put myself in a situation where I don't feel great about my positions. Not that feeling great means I'm going to win, but just a little too much uncertainty for my liking.
Okay. Understood. Awesome. Thank you, Ben. And I was also looking at my trend spread positions, expecting an exit here, at least for the rolls on the 3 that we were just talking about. I don't know if you guys are seeing, if you guys have that ability to be getting orders right now to get out. Anyway, just keeping an eye on things and being transparent about it. Thomas, you're up, kid.
All right. You get my screen up there? Is it up?
Man, I'm going to get you access to that.
Yeah, I don't have access to that. That's on you.
On me?
I think so. I don't think I can give myself access. Is it on you? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I went 3 for 3 this week to get saved by a trend spread take profit. So I'll get into that one in just a second. Went bearish on Chipotle, sold 53. Saw that this was a solid level of support in the past, broke below it, saw it again here, perfect, sold the 53, took profit on Wednesday. Actually, all of my trades took profit on Wednesday, which was really, really nice. So sold Chipotle there, got out of it. Now Cisco again took profit on Wednesday. It would be in the money today. So right now, trend spread sold the $58 strike price. And then today it gapped up and I'd be in the money. Actually, I would be pretty close to a max loss here since it's bought the 60 and it's at 59.19 right now. But luckily to take profit, ended up making about $13 of what I originally had, which was 16. So that was really nice there. And then AA still well out of the money. So this was an old ticker. I really liked how it kind of touched this point here in the past, consolidated here before. So I saw it as a really good opportunity to sell the $27 strike price. And it was finished out of the money, collected again, $2 in premium, but after take profit, I netted about $13. So again, a really, really solid trade, and one's trade got saved by the take profit. So that was pretty clutch there by the bot.
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay. So, Thomas, wait, Ben, I apologize.
What are we doing?
Is Thomas going to take the week then at 3 for 3? Ben, were you 3 for 3? No.
I was 2 for 2, but very low profit.
Gotcha. All right, YT, back to the top. Week's not over. That is, if you're out of your positions. Well done, YT.
Thank you.
All right, good stuff. Do we want to continue? Oh, Thomas, give us your SPY analysis.
Let's go for the SPY analysis because honestly, I'm pretty happy about it. Get my screen back up here.
Okay. Can you ask instead of tell?
Thank you. Can you please get my screen back up there, Dylan? Thank you. All right. So last week, called it with the Daesh, and I called out this level right here. I said if we break above it, we're going to see a move to the upside.
What is that level? 547?
547. If we broke above 547, that we were going to see a move to the upside, which we did, as you can see here. However, I am thinking that this is going to be pretty close to the top. I don't think we're going to be moving much higher than here, just because I do think right here is a level of resistance. We've kind of dipped this low in the past. We've dipped on this low. We've consolidated right here. So I do think this is going to be a level of resistance first. And I do think that it's going to be a struggle to get above it. And if we do close above this level today, which is the 567 and a half. I do think that the next high is going to be 570. So I really don't think there's too much room to grow. You can see here we kind of tapped out there, tapped out here, tapped out right there, and just kind of break below it. So again, I'm kind of betting that we're just going to get to like this 570 level, and we're just going to pull back. And on that pullback, I'm going to exit all of my PeakBot pick positions. Essentially, I went 3 for 3, or I'm on 3 bearish again this week, which we can go over. I guess I can just start going.
Yeah, just go into it.
All right, let's go over the picks real quick. Let me pull them up. So made again 3 picks this week. I'm on Morgan Stanley as one of them. So MS selling the 122. This one kind of reminded me of the S&P chart that I was just showing. So SPY, it has very, very similar looks. The beta is probably pretty close, which is why. But you can see right here, we've found some kind of support in the past. We've consolidated on this level of support here. So if I don't think the market's going to be moving up too much, again, I do think that we'll just stay below 122.1. We've kind of broke above it, but then we slowly trickled down here. So I do just think that we're going to continue this bearish trend that MS has been on. If we grab another trend line right here, there we go. We can kind of see we're starting to form a little bit of another bearish pattern right there. So I do think that we're just going to stay right below. I don't think that there's too much room to go up from here. So I went bearish, selling 122, buying 125, earning about $57 in premium. The next one that I have up here is going to be Johnson & Johnson. Again, another one that I really like, selling the 157 and a half, buying the 160. Again, just a really clear bearish trend right there. There's been consolidation here. Again, kind of taps it and falls below right there. Break through it here, taps it in the path right here for a run up. But I do think that we're just going to keep following this bearish trend that the stock has been on, and just keep it going. Now, I'm going to kind of put my money where my mouth is. So I decided to go short on IWM, selling the 204 and buying the 209 for roughly $72 in premium. So I just, like I said before, if I think that the S&P is going to be bearish, I do think that the IWM is going to be bearish. We've kind of tapped here before, tap around here, kind of like consolidate. So I do think that we're not going to go too much higher. And if we do, I think this will be a nice level of resistance there to kind of stay below. So again, selling 204, buying 209, getting that $72 in premium. That's it. So one of you guys are up now. Whoever wants to. Dylan, I think you're muted.
Yeah, I was.
Yes,
all right, I can do it.
Go for
So
it.
let me share my screen. We'll pull this up. I was really trying to snap that streak of being muted on camera today. Couldn't do it.
Happens.
Happens to the best of us. All right, this week, I don't want to expose my teammates here, but backstage, they're like, I don't know how I feel about my picks. I love my picks. Now, we'll see how that goes, but I love my picks. I'm rolling NEE, if you will. Okay. We already talked about this. I love collecting a similar premium as I did last week with a whole $100 less of risk.
That's nice.
My strike price is at $69. It is a $2 wide call credit spread. Thomas, talk about Dash.
A lot of Dash.
Right? This is just me, my new approach to PeakBot picks, I am manually entering them and then letting the bot take profit and manage it throughout the week until we make some adjustments to the trend spread strategy with tighter spreads and lower deltas. However, when I look at this, I'm saying, man, it has been 15, 20, whatever this is, trading days since we've been above 69. I go and look at the technicals. I go and look at the analyst ratings. I feel very good about staying under $69 again this week. Again, this was my price last week, trying to stay right below 68. Even that had no problem, knock on wood. So love that pick for next week. Coca-Cola. I'm bullish on Coke after shitting. Oh, pardon my language. After curse on this show. I don't know. Nobody's never said no. We weren't very nice to Pepsi last week on our Stocks in Real Life with Man and Machine with Mark. And when I saw Coke on here, not crazy. It's a $1 spread for $11 in premium. This is already filled. Okay, so best case scenario, I make $11. Worst case scenario, I lose 89. Okay, but I'm trying to stay above $70. As we can see here, these are daily bars. We haven't traded under 70 since April 10th. We've got a lot of time here. We can see chopping, coming back. Maybe doesn't really want to fall under 71 here. I don't know. I like my breathing room. I feel good about this. As we zoom out here, we can see that there's been some beige around that $70 price point anyway. So that is that. And then my third one, Thomas, funny enough, your pick from last week, I think it was last week, not this week, you already won on this. You had a $53 strike, sold call strike, expiring today, which of course you're a winner on. But I grabbed it for next week for $16 in premium. I'm trying to stay under 53. It's a $1 spread for $16 in premium. So, I mean, this is crazy. I love this pick. I really love this pick.
Really?
Huh?
I actually looked at it. I didn't like it again.
I
don't remember what I saw. I remember reading.
What's not to like? I see that it's tried to break above 52 twice. It's not working. Since we've fallen under on the 6th of March, almost a month ago, I mean, we're not sniffing it. I feel really good about under 53 for next Friday on CMG.
You know what? I'm going to saw RSI.
What are you going to do?
I think I looked at the RSI on it. It was due.
Hey, don't tell me about it. Because I feel really good about this right now. So those are my 3 picks for this week. So $400 in cash out for a total of, what do we got? 18, 28, 29, $45. So what is that? 45. That's an 11.2% ROI if we see 3 winning trades this week, which I feel good about. So those are my picks.
Very nice.
Well done. Well done.
Very nice.
Thank you.
I'm a mess. Say it.
Hey, Ben, we're building a business, man. You got a million other things going on. It's okay.
Here's where I'm conflicted. So we could draw this trend line down, and this is kind of where I feel we are in the longer term. I say longer term, but really just since like February, when things started to fall out in February. That's kind of the direction I've seen us. Now, when we look more short term and we look at the trend currently, we're kind of in a bullish channel. So it's this crossroad that we're in that's really making me conflicted about trying to choose direction. And if we look at this past week, it does look like we are overextending ourselves on the charts here. So I'm kind of in Thomas's camp where I think we might be bearish for the coming week, but just overall, I mean, again, what if we're not? Like, it looks like we could top out here. Sorry, let me zoom out a little bit. It looks like we could top out here rather around 57, close to 5,800. So we could continue to run. So for my picks this week, I'm sticking with the philosophy of the trend is your friend, and I'm going with the short-term trend, which is this bullish trend that we've been seeing since almost the beginning of April for like a month now or so.
Yeah. And Ben, sorry to interrupt. One more thing I forgot to mention. Volume is really low on this right now. So on this move up, the volume was not strong at all. So I do think that this is going to be a weak trend up, which is why I think that we're just going to fall.
Right. And that's why I'm conflicted, because I don't have the confidence, like you said, that this is a strong trend up. Mm-hmm. But we have been trending up for the last month. That said, I threw a bunch of orders out there today. So Hood, Gold, DJT, GDX, CVS, Walmart, Reddit. Threw a bunch of orders out. I got filled on my GLD spread, which I really liked that. I only got 8 cents for it, but I got only $50 of risk out there, and it was at like 18 delta at the time that I sold it. So it puts my probability of profit and expected value in a really good spot, in my opinion. So even though I'm losing that currently, I like where that position is. If we look at GLD on the chart, let's remember I sold, this is a bullish position actually. So I sold the 293 put. So I'll pull up.
And just to explain for anybody, gold is going to be your hedge against a bearish market.
Yes. So there's my strike line. I know I just said trend is my friend, and in the past week, gold has been moving down. But if we look at gold since, we can zoom out further, we're in a pretty bullish trend with gold. So I feel pretty good about this being a bullish play. I mean, just look at all these gaps here. Like, I don't even know what gap to fill anymore.
It's all over the place.
It's all
and
over.
Ben, wait, really quick, go back. I might be silly here to look at this, but zoom out a little bit. It looks like when it's had, we'll call it corrections or just a little bit of bear run, they seem to last for about the same amount of time, and they seem to drop around the same amount of value. I'm looking at the last 2 or 3 here.
Yeah.
You know, they're sharp, they're quick, and then it rebounds. But I see what you're getting at here.
So I like that. I might be doubled down on gold if my GDX position fills. That's another ETF. I think it's a 2x ETF for gold. So I'd like to see that one fill. And then honestly, if any of these other positions fill, I'd be happy with them. I think I'm most excited about Reddit. So Reddit would be a bearish play. I would sell the 131 call. Let's take a look.
I don't think we've ever spoken about Reddit since. Did we? No, I don't think so. I don't think we've ever mentioned Reddit.
I've never traded it.
But I want to sell the 131 call, which would be right there. I like that because it looks like there's resistance at like the $127 level. And since the beginning of February, we've been in that downward trend. So again, I'm thinking, like Thomas mentioned, this might be a bull trap that we're in right now for the last month. But I don't know. It's all the uncertainty that is just leading me to kind of step back on my trend picks and go more so into other strategies like the daily covered call, trading that a lot, trading some iron flies, directional iron flies. There's a lot of great options that we've got. So,
and I just think
trend's not always the way.
I was just gonna say one macro thing that I think a lot of people aren't realizing in the earnings is companies like Apple and Microsoft, their high earnings right now are coming out of tariff fears in the future, and the market has to price things in the future, and it's forward looking. So I think it's going to have to start kind of digesting poor earnings in the future because of these tariffs. Companies like Apple, they announced in their earnings that sales skyrocketed on the fears of tariffs making iPhones more expensive. So I do think that while it's great in the short term, the market is forward looking, that you kind of have to play at the long term, and in the long term, people aren't going to be buying. So I do think the market's going to drop because of that. I think it just has to digest it and kind of realize this earnings reports that are coming out this week, and it's just going to fall. I think once it understands and analyzes it, it's just not going to stay the way it is.
Excellent. Okay. So that covers PeakBot picks. Got a lot going on in the market, a lot going on in our accounts. But I think we all feel pretty good. Congrats to Thomas for the victory last week. Again, this is all being tracked in our document, which is either already available or will be soon publicly available for everybody to track along with us. Guys, how do we feel? Want to get out of here? think it's time.
My CDS position just filled.
Give me the premium and the width of the spread, please.
So I collected 20 cents in premium on a dollar spread. CVS, I sold the $65 strike.
I got to get back into the moderate to high opportunities on the watch list. I can't believe you're getting north of 20, $30 in premium on $1 spread.
Oh, sorry. I'm bullish on it. So I sold the $66 put. $66 put right here. And again, theory being that I'm trending up for, for a few months now at this point. We got some nice red bars down today coming off of earnings. Mm-hmm. And I think that we're going to get a nice little bounce and at least consolidate above $66 for the next week.
I might have to go take that. I like the way that looks a lot. Nice fill. You'll keep us updated. If you have any more fills, you'll update the document and we will go from there. Let us just mention one more time before we head out. Yeah, thank you, Thomas.
No problem.
Gotta get rid of the other banner. Get PeakBot right now for free for 6 months. This is not a joke. This is no hijinks. This is true. We work with Tradier. We made this happen, and it's here now. Grab the QR code or go to peakbot.com/Tradier. If you do not have an existing Tradier account, fund it with $5,000. Get 6 months of commission-free options trading and access to PeakBot's automated strategies. Do it now or forever regret it. If you already have a Tradier account, head on over to peakbot.com/pricing. We can get you a free month of PeakBot, PeakBot Pro. And if you're not on Tradier, well, let us know and we'll point you in the best direction, okay? Thomas, you can come on back now.
I'm here.
I was going to keep you down there for a while. But, all right, I think this is great timing. It's about to get very loud here. There are people cutting grass outside. Do we have anything else?
No. Send us out.
Let's get out of here, people. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be live again on Monday morning with myself, Ben, and Mark Phillips from Harvested Financial, our RIA partner, to allow a professional to handle the bots if you don't want to be doing it, okay? peakbot.com/harvested. We will be live Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. Thank you for joining. Happy Friday to everybody. Hope you enjoy your weekend. And as always, we'll see you at the peak. Take care, everybody.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.